main agent, I think, today that's really deceiving people is rock music. And people don't really realize the true significance of this music, and really who is the one who's not only promoted this, but even these musicians, who's using them and speaking through them.
You have underlying influences then in this rock music.
Exactly. What we have is, and people have proven, from the 50s to the 90s, going back to Elvis in the 60s, the Rolling Stones in the 70s with Led Zeppelin, in the 80s with Michael Jackson, now Madonna, all these people, if you really look, and maybe we have a separate video just on this, they all say in their own words that they're possessed by demons, spirits, they get their music by spirits, and so forth. And I want to give you a couple of quotes to prove this. Young, guitarist for the group AC/DC, said in the 1985 issue of Hit Parader, quote, "Someone else is steering me. I'm just along for the ride. I become possessed when I'm on stage," end quote. Madonna was asked a few questions. Quote, "I'm a tormented person. I have a lot of demons inside of me. My pain is as big as my joy," end quote. And we have many other albums that are openly satanic. These are rock musicians. This is Prince's album, as you see on one side. If you turn it upside down, you get 666. I mean, the word's evil at the bottom, and that's Police's album. You get 666 when you reverse it. So it's pretty open, and much of the music is satanic forwards and openly. Some of the music that, if you play it backwards, reverse the music, you get these satanic messages. The next performer we're going to be listening to is the group Led Zeppelin, and the song "Stairway to Heaven." It's interesting that their lead singer, the head of their group, is a big follower of Aleister Crowley. Aleister Crowley was a Satanist, a man who called himself the Beast, 666. In Stairway to Heaven, there's quite a bit of satanic stuff that's backwards on these songs. The first part of it, we're just going to take a few sections here. The first section, this says, "And your stairway lies on the whispering wind." Backwards it says, "Because I live with Satan." Another section, he says here, "The piper's calling you to join him." And the piper, of course, is Satan. The piper's calling you to join him. Backwards, that same section says, "The Lord turned me off." Now we have, he's going to talk about the two paths you can go by, and you can always change the road you're on. Now, the same section, those that you just heard, now we're going to play that whole section backwards, and we're going to take it piece by piece. The first part of that section played backwards says, "To my sweet Satan." Next he says, "I want to live it backwards like the Zepp, whose power is Satan." Now, when he says that, when he's saying the Zepp refers to Robert Plant. He referred to the group Led Zeppelin as the Zepp in interviews for years and years. So and then he says at the end of this is, "He will give you 666." And this should obviously make people believe in the devil, and believe obviously that these singers are being used as instruments of the devil, that the spirits are working right through them, and they should not obviously listen to rock music after seeing something as clear as this, that they're devils speaking right through these guys. And people have to realize that we're in a spiritual battle, as St. Paul says in Ephesians 6:13, that you fight not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, and wickedness in high places. So that's what people have to realize.